Hey everyone, this is Ismat talking to you. Hope you're doing well. Because we covered before present simple and the present continuous, it's time now to explain past simple and past continuous. Past simple, and let's start by the form. If we are speaking about the regular verbs, we will add d or ed or ied at the end of the verb. Number 1, we add d if the verb ends in e. For example, raise, raised. Number 2, we add ed if the verb doesn't end in e. For example, clean, cleaned. Number 3 and number 4, they are related to the verbs that end in y. Number 3, we add ied to verbs ending in y. Before the y there is a consonant, so we must find a consonant before the y. In this case, we are going to remove the y first and then add ied. In number 4, we are still speaking about the verbs that end in y, but before the y there is a vowel, not a consonant. In this case, we don't have to remove the y, and we are going to add ed, not ied, like play, played, stay, stayed. We are still speaking about past simple when we take the irregular verbs. They have their own way, and we cannot add d or ed or even ied to these verbs. Let's take this list of examples. And by the way, guys, these are some of the irregular verbs, not all of them. I will leave you a link below this video. It makes the irregular verbs like a song, so you will find it enjoyable. Let's read these verbs together. Go, went, gone. Drink, drank, drunk. Eat, ate, eaten. Buy, bought, bought. So we cannot say, for example, buyed, and we cannot say eated. That's a fatal mistake in grammar. Teach, taught, taught. Put, put, put. So you will find some verbs of the irregular verbs, we keep them as they are. We don't change them at all, like put and cut. Now we move to the form of the past continuous. If I have the personal pronouns I, he, she, and it, I will use was, and then I will use verb plus ing. We, you, and they, I will shift from was to were, and then the same ing added to the verb. Examples: I was playing football. He was studying English. She was cleaning the house. It was raining. We were watching a movie. They were listening to music. You were looking at the teacher. Now we are going to shift to the usages of past simple. Number 1, completed action in the past. We use the simple past to express the idea that an action started and finished at a specific time in the past. I saw a movie yesterday. I didn't see a play yesterday. And the second point is a series of completed actions. I mean, guys, if you would like to give me a story in the past, we tend to use simple past. We use the simple past to list a series of completed actions in the past. These actions happened first, second, third, fourth, and so on. Let's read the examples together. I finished work, walked to the beach, and found a nice place to swim. He arrived from the airport at 8, checked into the hotel at 9, and met the others at 10. Moving to the usages of past continuous, I have 3 points. Number 1, interrupted action in the past. We use the past continuous to indicate that a longer action in the past was interrupted. Let's read these examples together and follow the diagram. I was watching TV, so that's the longer action. When she called, this is the interrupting action in the simple past. Another example. When the phone rang, she was writing a letter. While we were having the picnic, that's the longer action. It started to rain, that's the cutting or the interrupting action in the past simple. Number 2, an action at a specific time in the past that took time. So if you are speaking about an action in the past and you have a specific time, it could be simple past or past continuous. But if we find that this action took time or it was a longer action, this means we are speaking about past continuous. Let's read the examples. Last night at 6 p.m. I was eating dinner. So that's a continuous action in the past. And we have the specific time, and that's why we use past continuous. At midnight, that's at a specific time, We were still driving through the desert. That's the continuous action or the action that took time. Yesterday at this time, I was sitting at my desk at work. Number 3, and the last one from the usages of past continuous, is something called the parallel actions. When you use the past continuous with two actions in the same sentence, it expresses the idea that both actions were happening at the same time. Let's read the examples. I was studying while he was making dinner. So none of the two actions cut the other. While Ellen was reading, Tim was watching television. And by now, guys, we understand how to use a verb in past simple and past continuous and when to use each tense. To know the negative and the question forms, let's wait for the next video. Thank you guys for watching my video and have a lovely day.